Hi, I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. I hope you're all healthy, safe, and well. And today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you popular it bags I have sold and why. I get asked to do this all the time. I get asked on bags I've sold years ago if I still love it. Is it still working out for me? So I would just take a moment and go over the bags that I've sold that everybody else loves except for me. So let's start with the Never Full. The Never Full I have made the most mistakes with of any bag I have ever bought ever. It was my second Louis Vuitton bag. I had the Damier Ebene and it had the script writing in it. It was perfect. I loved it. I took it on several plane trips. I tipped it over on the plane once and everything spilled everywhere, and my poor husband had to reach down and grab everything because his arms are much longer than mine and I couldn't get to the things. I loved that one, so I bought the new model. It just come out with the pouch, and I bought that one in just with the tan interior, didn't have the script writing. I was so terrified of the Vachetta, and I was so terrified of the Damier Ebene cracking. I'd seen so much of this with the Never Full that I sold both of those. I was lucky, I broke even. I had listed them on eBay, and I ended up finding a local buyer who contacted me privately. We met in a public place. My husband came with me, and it ended up working out. A few years later, decided I was okay with Vachetta, so I bought another monogram one with the rose ballerine interior, and I will be inserting a lot of pictures. That one was absolutely gorgeous, but I don't know what it was. I don't know. I ended up selling it. I used it, but I don't know. It was starting to patina. It was starting to look pretty, but I sold that one, and I purchased a limited edition Hawaii one. Why 4 when you've sold 3? This is the craziest thing I've done handbag wise out of all the years I've been buying. I bought the Hawaii one. That one was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. By this time, I now knew what I didn't like about this bag. I don't like the short shoulder drop on that. If I wanted to wear, especially like the Damier Ebene in the winter, can't really get it over a bulky coat. I don't like that it's wide open and it just has the little clip. I don't like that bag, but I really, really wanted to like the bag. And my first one was either $800 or like $850, somewhere in there. They now go for $1,500. So for me with tax, that'd be $1,646.25. I get asked a lot if I think that bag is worth it. If you're really a tote person, I used to say go for it, but now with that price, I just think there's better totes out there. And I know this is going to be such an unpopular opinion. I know people love, love, love their Never Fulls. I just think the Longchamp bag that's like $180, $175 has a very long drop, has a zipper. I just think it's such a better bag. It really is. I just don't like the Never Full. And it took me a long time to figure out why on that one. The next one is still an extremely popular bag. I knew the moment I got it, I should have sent it back, and I kept it. I should not have kept it. I sent it. I should have sent it back. I kept it. And that is the Louis Vuitton Pochette Matisse. And I got that in the monogram print. This bag, although very similar to the Coach Cassie, which I have and I'm really enjoying, I didn't like how it looked on my frame, crossbody. I liked the functionality of it. I liked the top handle. I liked the back zipper. I liked the microfiber lining, but this bag has had so many very well-known issues with cracking, and I was very concerned about that. And I'm just like, I saw all these people getting theirs repaired over and over and over, eventually getting store credits. I didn't have any issues with mine, but coupled with the fact that I didn't like how it looked on me crossbody and the fear of that bag cracking, it was just too much. That one currently retails for $1,980, which for me would be I have my taxes really high, 9.75, $2,173. No way. Not for something that you have to be concerned about. I think the Marmont ones are supposed to be better, and maybe they've fixed the issue. I haven't kept up with it because it's not a bag that I'm interested in purchasing ever again. This one I'm not going to do 4 of. That's the only time I did that was with the Neverfull. But I wouldn't spend that kind of money knowing that there's a really good chance that there's going to be something that's going to go wrong with this bag. The next one, I have 3 of them, and that is the Louis Vuitton Speedy Bandolier in the size 25. My first one that I purchased was the Damier Ebene. The second one I purchased was the Monogram, and the last one I got was the Damier Azur. The first one I sold was the Damier Azur. I absolutely love that bag. It's absolutely gorgeous. I had quite a collection of Damier Azur bags, and I still get asked about that because I had a video about the Damier Azur bags. I sold it because I don't reach for it in the winter. So it's like kind of a short summerish, season where I live, and I just don't. You can wear anything year round. It's not that you can't wear that. I just wasn't wearing that. And also having to worry about color transfer getting on the bag, wearing it crossbody meant that especially in the wintertime, even if I was wearing like a pale blue sweater, I just, I didn't want to worry about getting denim color transfer on the bag, wearing it crossbody. Thought it was really, really cute, but that is why I let that one go. The Monogram one, I realized that, like, it's raining right now. I'm watching the trees below outside the window. If you wonder what I keep looking at, it's like I'm trying to make sure that the storms aren't going to start getting wicked. But almost every day in Tennessee, there's some sort of chance of rain. And I mean, we have had years where it's been like really, really dry, but last summer especially, it was super rainy. And when I look at the forecast and I'm gonna go out, it depends on what the chance of rain is, if I will carry a bag with vachetta or not out. And I did get caught on a day that had a very low chance of rain with a vachetta bag, and I ended up replacing the handles on it because I went crazy trying to fix it. Just don't touch it, just leave it alone, just be okay with the vachetta. But I am not that way. I'm very cautious with everything I own. I line dry clothes that, I might have got on sale for $10, and I line dry very expensive things. I treat everything in my life the same, and I take care of it all. I don't take anything that I have for granted. I have respect for what my belongings, and that doesn't mean that if you use your bag in the rain that you don't. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I am a little too wound up for vachetta. So I thought that one was gorgeous. I sold it, and the Damier Ebene one, that was my most used bag. And I did mention in a video, I got a lot of hate when I sold the two Speedies because I have made a lot of videos on them. Everything I've ever said about those bags are true. I have showed the mismatched hardware. I have talked about how the locks tarnish. All my locks don't tarnish. Why should Speedy locks tarnish? So I ended up buying different locks for the bags. It was just, I don't know. I talked about all of it, the good and the bad of these bags. That one was my most used one. Last year I was just only reaching for it maybe when I went to the movie because I felt comfortable chucking a water bottle down in there and, maybe some snacks or something. I just wasn't grabbing it anymore. I think it really came down to, with that particular bag, that I had had it for so long and I had used it so much. And my tastes have really changed. I used to just hate crossbody bags. They are my favorite now. And that one, I said it in every video I made on it. To me, it was not comfortable crossbody. That strap with thickness and the bag being so big, it just didn't feel good crossbody. The two that had the vachetta were super comfortable crossbody. So that is why I let that one go. I still get asked if I would recommend that one. I would and I wouldn't, for 2 reasons. I still think it's an absolutely fabulous bag. There's a few things that bother me about the bag, which I've already mentioned. The hardware doesn't match. It's really shiny on parts, and it's like this super dull kind of a brass on other parts. It doesn't match. The lock tarnishes. But Louis Vuitton just had a price increase, I think it was last week. That bag currently is $1,610, which means like for me where I live is $1,766.97. That's too much to have mismatched hardware, in my opinion. When I bought them, they were way, way less than that. And if they were still that price, I would still recommend them. They are great bags. I'm not saying they're not. They're cute. They're very durable. But the price, I don't think the price justifies that the hardware doesn't go with it anymore. It never, that always was like, as if, sometimes I was like, it doesn't bother me. But at the end of the day, when I got ready to let them go, I was just like, why can't they make it match? All my other bags have always matched. So that's that one. The next one is an extremely popular bag. I have this in two different colors. I have black and red, and that is the Chanel wallet on a chain. I did keep these ones for a very long time. I kept them for a super long time. And at first I really did use them. I would take them on vacation and I would use them. I would go shopping and everything all day. And then I would get in a store and I wouldn't know what to do with my sunglasses, and I'd end up like clipping them on my shirt or something like that. And I just got tired of that. It's just too small. It's more of an occasion bag for me. I never used it unless I was traveling, going on a date, going to dinner. I was not driving if I was carrying that bag. To try to fit a key in there and, you know, just the few basics that I need, it was just not happening. So wallet on a chains are just not my thing. I tried again last year with the Gucci Marmont wallet on a chain. I bought that to go to 2 different weddings. I wore it to the 2 different weddings. I realized it was going to sit like the Chanel ones, and I let that one go as well. If you like wallet on a chains, I really recommend the Gucci over the Chanel. Price point, one thing, and I think the wear and tear on the Gucci is going to be better overall than the Chanel because the leather is more structured, and it's just, I just think it's a better bag. It even has a little mirror in it, so that's that one. The next one, this is the one I get asked all the time about, the Chanel Coco handle flap bag. I had that one in the size medium, and it had the lizard handle. Beautiful bag, fully leather lined, just absolutely a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous bag. It was bigger than the Chanel Jumbo. Not as heavy as the Jumbo, but bigger than the Jumbo. And the shoulder strap on that one, I'm sure I have a video somewhere with mod shots. It was not crossbody, and it was so long that it like was way below your hip. It was a very strange shoulder strap. They stopped making exotics shortly after that bag. You hear people talk all the time about how bags are investment pieces. They're absolutely not. You will almost always lose money. This bag is the one exception. I think I made about $1,000 on this bag because Chanel had raised their prices so high, and versus when I bought it in such a short amount of time, and then plus tax and all that stuff. This is like the only bag I made like a really good profit on. My friend had this bag without the lizard handle and felt that the quality was not there versus the classic flaps. The one I had, being that it was all leather lined, and I felt like the quality was there. I felt like they just really skipped out on the strap, and it's one I would never consider again in any size. I don't know, something about the shape of it, I liked it at first, but in the smaller size, I don't think it's as cute, even though that one would probably be easier to use and more comfortable. So that's why it was a huge bag, very huge. The next one, which this one, everybody loves this bag but me. I feel like most of these, everybody loves these but me. And that is the Chanel Mini Flap. So I purchased this one in black lambskin and silver tone hardware. It's really, really cute. It was made in France, which is really hard to find these days with Chanel. But I felt like, and I've said this in every video, when I talk about Chanel lambskin, I don't feel like they do lambskin very well. They do on their small leather goods, but on their handbags, I don't think that they do. And it just, you can watch my video where I had it for sale. I really zoom in and show everything on that bag. And it was like, my blue one is the same way. It just kind of marks up, even though it's not really scratches. I don't know, it's hard to describe it, but I will never purchase Chanel lambskin ever again. Fendi, Dior, yes, 100%. But beyond the lambskin, if I could purchase that bag in caviar, I would not do that again either. I have a comparison of that one versus the YSL Mini Lou. And the YSL Mini Lou, I got it for I think like $850. The Chanel was $3,500. And I believe, I've heard they're having a price increase. I'm not really positive if they are, but I've heard that they are. And you can only wear it one way, crossbody. And the strap, of course, is adjustable. I don't know. I just was not crazy about that bag. And I thought about selling it for a very, very, very long time. And like I said, my friends in that one video, my friends would always talk me out of it. They'd be like, no, not that one. We love that one. But yeah, I don't miss it. I don't miss it at all. And I hope that the lady that has it loves it, because it's a beautiful bag. It's just, I would never purchase another Chanel Mini. And I said that in my comparison video. I'm like, at the end of the day, would I buy this again? Absolutely not. It was a lot of money. The next one is the My Lady Dior in the size small. This one is like gorgeous. I love this bag. I did a 1-year wear and tear on this. This one, the lambskin was just perfect except for underneath the flap, because when you're opening it up, I liked the flap opening on it. I liked the thicker crossbody strap. It came with 3 badges and I picked 3 extra ones. And I don't know, sometimes I liked the badges and sometimes I thought it was a little bit busy. I think I would have preferred it if it just had a plain strap on it. But the main reason that I sold that one is it was just like a little bit too small. So I would use that one, and like I would go to PetSmart, to Costco, to the grocery store, to the mall, you know, just like a day of errands where you're getting in and out of your bag and you're paying and you're putting my, you know, glasses and keys, depending on what car I took. You know, it was just a little bit too tight. So I decided I would prefer to have that one in a medium size someday. I have heard they're going to start coming out with flap openings on the mediums. So I'm very excited about that. And I may consider ordering that one of these days. And the biggest one that people were like absolutely shocked about. I believe I was the first one to unbox this, and a lot of other YouTubers purchased this bag, but in a different size than me. And that is the Chanel 19B bucket bag. So I saw this bag, I was on vacation. It was a complete impulse buy. First of all, I was looking at it in black and I was like, it just did nothing for me. Then the sales associate brought out this beautiful blue and I was like, oh, that's really pretty. I tried it on crossbody. I felt it was a little bit big for my frame, but I don't know. I was wearing an outfit that, you know, like shorts and a t-shirt, which I probably wouldn't, you know, normally wear with a dressy looking bag like that. The closure was like jewelry. It was just stunning. The way that you pulled the CCs up, it was just absolutely beautiful. I did show in my video on, I don't know which one, I did a few on the bag, that the bottom had virtually no structure. It did have feet. It had no structure whatsoever. You could just tap it. And actually, another YouTuber just did a review on this, Jerusha Couture, and she shows the same thing on hers. She got the small size. And she said she has some scratches on the bottom of hers already. Mine did not have any scratches. It was in perfect condition. But I realized very, very quickly, I'm not a big bucket bag person, and I only have one, and it's my Fendi Montresor. That one is so comfortable. It's so much more practical. The strap is thicker. It's soft. The Chanel one, and a lot of bags do this. They'll have like a small piece of leather and then there's chain. So it just depends on where you wear your bag. Like if you want it on the side, if you want it in the front, to if that chain is going to kind of bother your shoulder. And it being a slightly larger bag, I just found it, I don't know, it just wasn't what I wanted it to be. And when I felt like getting a bucket bag or wearing a bucket bag, I always grabbed for that Montresor. So that one, I looked at it in the store and I told the sales associate I need to think about it. And she said she would hold it for me for 24 hours and she could get me a brand new one. My husband and I went back to our room and sat down and I'm like, I'm gonna go buy that. And he's like, are you sure? Like, you don't do that. That's the problem with a lot of Chanel seasonal bags, and you just can't, if you don't act quick, you're not gonna get it. That bag sold out so fast. They did not have the small size. I might have kept the small size. I might have felt a little bit different about how it looked on me, but the people I've seen with the small size, if I'm correct, and I could be wrong, I don't think it was long enough for crossbody. So I think that would kind of be the same issue as the Cocoa handle, where it's really super long, and I don't know. I don't like a super long shoulder bag. I like it hip or, you know, a little bit higher, so it might not have worked out, but impulse buys never, ever, ever worked for me. I know the lady that bought that was really excited to get it, and she was enjoying it. Hopefully she's still enjoying it. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous bag. It's just, you know, I just prefer the Fendi. And I know it's so plain compared to the Chanel, but I just like it so much better. It's more me. Maybe I'm just a little bit more casual, I guess. Those are the bags that are the big it bags that didn't work out for me. Hopefully that answers some of your questions. You know, I get emails and messages all the time on these bags, so hopefully that lets you know why it didn't work for me. It doesn't mean that any of these are bad bags or that you shouldn't purchase any of these. We all have our own taste and our own style, and I think that that's what makes the world go round. I'm totally fine if you hate every bag that I have. It doesn't matter to me as long as I like them, and as long as you like what you have, that's the only thing that matters. I hope you'll take the time to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't done so already. I hope you have a great day today. Take care. Bye-bye.